of the people who hold those positions of representation are there because of the benefits that are related, that are connected with holding that office. They don't go there because they are convinced that really I must use this position to advance the interests of my people who are suffering. Actually, they forget the suffering of the people immediately they reach there. They now start thinking that they are very important. They don't remember that we have people whom we left back at home who are sleeping hungry. I have seen constituencies here in Uganda where people die of hunger, but their member of parliament can't speak. Where people are suffering from immense problems, but their member of parliament can't speak, cannot even do anything. They just behave like as if life is okay. There is a very high level of unemployment. They are quiet. They even don't know what to do. So I do not want you as workers of Uganda, I'm specifically addressing myself to the working people because they are the ones whom I represent. Do not depend on those type of people for you to get out of social and economic disempowerment. Do not depend on any individuals that have come up. And I'm not saying that there are individuals who are not doing a good job. There are those who are doing a good job. I believe I'm doing a good job. Although I'm not saying that depend on me. Only work with me when you see that what I'm speaking makes sense. If what I'm speaking doesn't make sense, go and do something else. But what I do not want you, the workers of Uganda, to do is to make a mistake of depending on individuals who at the end of the day are going to let you down. When they let you down, then you have yourself to blame. You cannot blame them. And because of this, I have told you, you have responsibility rests on you. Responsibility rests on you. How then do you use this responsibility? And that is what I'm encouraging you to accept, to walk along with me as we all get guided on how to get out of the state of social and economic disempowerment. I'm not saying I know everything, but at least I know many things which can never work. Out of experience, not because somebody has told me. And I don't want you to make that same mistake we made many years ago. There are things that we can talk about that we think can assist. But as people who, as a person who has lived in Uganda, who has worked in Uganda, largely fighting for the rights of the working people, specifically labor rights, you had better listen. You had better listen and let us move together to ensure that we first of all achieve one very important thing I want us to achieve through this engagement is for us to be connected together, to work together. Anybody who will fight the unity of the workers in Uganda is enemy number one. What the workers are going to use the unity for is a matter for us to discuss. But it is not negotiable. We must be united. We must do everything within our means to ensure that the workers of Uganda are united. How are we going to be united? Members, join trade unions. Wherever you find a trade union, if you cannot join my union, the union I'm leading, there are many. I'm going to be reading these unions to you. And I will show you. Don't even wait for the leader to come and look for you. Go and join a trade union first. Forget whether or not they are strong. That question we shall answer it later. We are going to answer the question of the strength of a trade union later on. Because also we want to define what is strength. What is strength? We are going to reach there. But I want to encourage every worker in Uganda, whether you are at the level of a manager, whether you are at the level of a cleaner, whether you are at the level of a gardener, at whatever level you are, as long as you are a worker, please join a trade union. If you are in public service, They are public service trade unions. Join those unions and don't complain. Join there and be an active participant in those unions. Be an active participant in those unions. The next video is going to read for you the trade unions that we have in Uganda, and I want to encourage you to join. Everybody, join. The first step, join, and let us build that unity, that strength. And remember, I've already told you that when you join, when you build strength as workers, your workers come together and build strength. Your employer will not want you to join the trade union. They have developed certain propaganda that makes trade unions look to be evil institutions. The original intention of trade unions is really powerful, is really good. If there is a failure as a result of poor leadership, if there is a failure as a result of circumstances, that does not change the original intention of trade unions. Trade unions, when they were formed in the days of the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, during the days of the Industrial Revolution, that's when trade unions came into existence. They have played a fundamental role. And the countries that started with the trade unions have advanced, they have really developed tremendously. Look at Britain. We talk of Industrial Revolution. Look at Britain. Look at the trade unions in Britain. Up to this present time, even though Margaret Thatcher fought them, but go there and see the trade unions in Britain. You will not even rule Britain if you can't work with the trade unions. You will not comfortably rule America if you cannot work with the trade unions. But they have their space. They are operating. They are helping their people to be socially and economically, to gain social economic empowerment. They have shifted from the traditional way of work, and they have adopted new forms of organizing and work. And as a result of which, the services they are rendering to their people are really great. I therefore want to appeal to you workers, wherever you are, whether you are in the construction industry, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are an engineer, you are a technician, you are whatever level you are. First step, join a trade union. We have got unions in Uganda that have been given sectors. Every sector has its own trade union. Join a trade union. And as you join a trade union, I am now going to begin explaining to you how do we move through trade unions to bring about social and economic emancipation. I'm talking about trade unions specifically because they are privileges and benefits. They are immunities that are conferred upon a trade union that you cannot find in any other organization. They are privileges, they are benefits, they are immunities conferred upon a trade union organization, which you will not find in any other organization, not in a company, not in an association, That's why I first of all want to encourage you, the workers of Uganda, if really you are a worker who wants to come out of the state in which you are, join a trade union. Even when your employer doesn't want, first of all, your employer does not exist because he wants to help you to be economically empowered. Your employer exists because he wants you to help him to make profit. He does not exist, he does not do whatever he's doing because he loves you so much. These things, members, I expect you to know these things. I don't need to labor because you know what happens in your workplace. When the government employs you, they don't employ you because they love you so much. No. They are employing you because they want you to help those in the government, the top leaders, the political elite, to be able to advance their interests. Do you really need a prophet to tell you these things which are so straightforward like this? You government workers who keep disturbing around you are going through a lot of pain. The only way you are going to get out of that is empower your trade union leaders by joining those trade unions. If you are not very sure, you ask which union you can join. We help you to join a trade union and be an active participant in that union. Through the union, you are going to be able to advance your right. Because for me,